What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one I'm continuing to show I make Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 17, and in this one we're going to be doing the pipes along with the, catwalks and paintings and such. Just the kind of things I mentioned that I wanted to do last part, but didn't do it. Along with the cobwebs I will be showing you how to make. I won't exactly do it block for block, but I will show you roughly how I went about doing them, and also will show you their positions in this particular version of the build. Anyway, yeah, that's all. So, also the, I guess, room on the left over here. Hold on, I will show this one actually real quick. This room right here I do make in this part. Anyway, yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. So I guess I'll classify this one as the fixer-upper episode, as we kind of just add details we may or may not have missed in earlier episodes, whether or not that was intentional is kind of, I guess they've all kind of been intentional. I haven't really been like, yeah, I'll just ignore that. I haven't been like, oopsies. Anyway, you want to start off by getting out stone bricks, stairs, and paintings, and that's really all we'll need to start here. So we will start on the right and left, and I believe this is symmetrical, but I want to confirm that it is first. So it essentially starts from the front, and it ends just before the cyan, which, yeah, it is symmetrical. So you'll head to the far right and far left kind of front corners here, and you'll count in by one, and just place a row of stone brick from the front all the way back until you're diagonally touching this row of cyan concrete right here. And again, you'll do this on both sides. We will have a couple of these things that we're making right now that will be obstructed a bit, but it's fine, whatever. I would start from the front, and you'll place alternating stone brick stairs in the direction that they face. So the first one you'll face back, then forward, then back, then forward, then back, then forward, etc., etc. And as long as you don't screw up like I just did, you should end up with a stair facing back at the end. It is a little bit unfortunate because I kind of would prefer it face the other way, but well, I guess I'm really not sure. Like, either way it works, again, kind of. So, again, first one will face backwards, and I'm just going to actually place them every other this time instead. I think that makes not more sense, just it makes sense, you know? Oh, I tried. Tried to be zoomy with it. Go figure that wouldn't work, right? We will do the rest on the right side first. Actually, there's literally one more wall, and it's like 2 blocks we pretty much have to place. So, it's tucked behind the yellow thing here, and essentially all you want to do is just against the cyan here, you'll place a stone brick off the polished deep stone on that side, and you'll end up placing 2 coming back here. And so on this back row, you'll have a stone brick stair facing back on the kind of inner one, and on this one here, you'll have one facing forward, but you can just kind of come against it here and just highlight this corner and place a stair like that. And the front one will just face forward. And that is the only other wall on this side. There's one more on the left side that's kind of just in the middle for some reason. So if we head over to this side, you'll take the light blue concrete thing here, this kind of weird staircase, and you'll take the corner where the light blue is missing, and just going back from that block, you'll end up placing 5 stone bricks. The front one will have a stair facing forward, and then you'll have back, forward, like so. And unless I'm missing something again painfully obvious, that is all of them done. It's time to focus on some of the paintings. Or I guess all of the paintings. We'll get, I think, literally all of them placed. Unless there's one in that room, but I don't think there is, if I remember correctly. There might be a banner or something weird, but I don't remember. So if you look at each of these, the little train waiting stations, if you head up to them, you're going to head to the rightmost pillar. And on this row of 3 cobble deep say walls, the, I guess, middle row of the 3 kind of inclines, you'll have a 1x1 painting just in the center here. I have it as the salmon bowl or whatever it is. It's something like that. It's a bowl. That's all I know. Maybe I'll get it someday. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doing that on both sides. I'm just gonna tell you the painting, but I'm not gonna get it because who cares? If you care, I guess. I don't. So next one. On the right side, we'll start with over top the this little hut here on the far right wall. You'll have on the middle prismarine brick stair 1x1 painting here, and it's like the yellow one with the white border like that. I'll try to get it sometimes, but if I finish my sentence, then I'm just gonna give up. This will be a good transition one. On both the right and the left, it'll be on this yellow concrete little staircase here. It'll be on the side where you see the red on kind of the same corner. You'll take this out of the inner 2 yellow concretes. You'll take this upper one and place a 1x1 painting on it. It is the camel giraffe looking thing. That one. Ooh, I almost broke it. It's still not a camel or a giraffe. I just like to call it both. But yeah, again, on the other side, we'll do the same thing, and it'll be right here. That's enough tries. They're both yellow. Who cares? On the left side, there's a few more. There's one on the bottom of the yellow terracotta slide. It'll be on this, like, back right yellow right here, and it'll just be a 1x1 that is the poppy painting. Poppy Playtime reference. No way. That's good enough. It doesn't have to be the same. Who cares? I'm going to keep saying that. Off of the, like, front side now of the furthest right thingy-mabob here, whatever this one is, you'll place off these lightning rods, a 2x2 painting that is kind of the hand over the fire. Which is... I can get this one, surely. No, oh, there it is. There we go. Just as I was giving up, too. That's how it works. Off the yellow concrete side, you'll be on the right side. And not the bottom yellow, but this kind of one diagonal. You'll have a 1x1 here, which I call the kiwi bird. Although it's not a kiwi bird. But, like, look, you got, like, the eye there, the nose there. You got, like, the green and yellow color. Like, it's gotta be. Also, there is a random cobbled deep set block on this side. I don't know why it's here. But if you head to the front left-hand corner, just to the right of the stone brick wall thing, you'll count back 2 and right by 1, and there's your cobbled deep set. It's just kind of there. Behind this little stone brick wall, you'll count to the second cyan just, again, behind it on the floor, and you'll have a 1x1 here, which is the yellow one with the white border again. Whatever. There is a couple kind of on the back left. It's between the back 2 pillars. And I'm not really going to give you perfect number. Well, I might give you perfect numbers. If you start from the back, you'll have on the second cyan moving forward at eye level. It'll be the yellow border one again. And then you'll have a gap of, it looks like it's 5, but I'm not counting it very well. Yeah, it's a gap of 5 for 5. And then you'll have the kiwi bird one here. Wow, perfect. And then you'll have going forward from that... like a gap of 10-ish. And then you'll have another 1x1, which is a yellow border again. Good enough. That is all on the left side. Isn't there one on one of the... There's one on a... hold on, I know there's... I remember seeing one on a fence. Yeah, okay. Is there one on the other side as well? No. Okay, we'll worry about that one when we get around to there. That's fine. On the right side, you're doing the same setup. Well, not quite the same setup, but you're having 3 between these pillars. I start from the back, and I'll leave a gap of 4, and then I'll have... That's not far enough. I'll have the kind of black and white one with the triangle in the top right, which is that one. I will then have a gap of 7 moving forward. And then I'll have the yellow border one, or yellow one with the white border here. And then it's definitely the right one right there. You'll have another gap of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 8 there, so I have to count to here, and then I'll place the salmon bowl one. As mentioned, there is one that we kind of missed. It's on the fence on the side that we're on. If you just kind of head all the way forward, there'll be on the prismarine wall just in front of this first pillar here. It'll be this guy. And you'll not place a giant painting. You'll place a 1x1, which is the green little guy with the teacup. Him. Friend. So, what next? We're going to do the, like, underside of the room here in the center. This is one of the cooler designs I think I made in this build. It's nothing, like, insane, but I do like the way that it turned out. So, you want to head to the center here, and you want to get out gray concrete, sea lantern, polished blackstone stairs, polished blackstone slabs, polished blackstone walls, and that's everything we need for this. We'll get out a couple things for the next area, though. Bamboo door, bamboo stair, and what do we want? Red concrete? And cyan concrete, I guess, if I could ever find the concrete category. So close yet so far. So, I guess the most logical step to start us here would be to just fill this entire, like, underside here in with gray concrete. And we will do our best to make some sort of a sense of this. You'll notice it's not a perfect square, but we end up making do with what we can. So, In the very center, you'll place a sea lantern. It should be 4 off of 2 sides and 3 off the other ones. You don't have to really worry about which side is which. Just the sea lantern is the center. You will surround the sea lantern in an upside down polished black stone stairs that'll all face towards it and give you kind of this shape. From each of the center stairs, you'll go out with 2 upside down polished black stone slabs. And then go really left and right of each of those slabs with upside down polished black stone stairs facing towards the outside. So away from the sea lantern, I guess. You'll then from those upside down stairs place another upside down polished black stone slab kind of moving out from that, and it'll give you this shape. Below each of the kind of outer upside down stairs, you'll just place a polished black stone wall coming down, and then that will give you this. And I'd say that looks pretty cool. It was hard to get a view of this, but because I didn't look at it in my video, and I was using the wiki image to actually help, but it looked roughly like this, so I decided that it was pretty much accurate. Head to the left side now, and we're gonna work on the little room that's over here, and then we'll do catwalks, I think, and from there we'll kind of make up our mind and just decide what we want to do. I'm not really sure yet. So it'll be this back archway out of the tallest ones, and you'll break a doorway in the center along with the block above. You'll break a 1x3, basically. I guess you'll fill the red concrete into the doorway, and what I do is I take the cyan around the yellow here, and I'll extend it just, 1 would be in line with the yellow, so I will extend it 6 out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll have 5 rows visible from the inside here. And this will create the shape of the room just entirely on its own. Pretty nice. Just like this. Almost there. Yeah, look, there's a painting in here. Who would have guessed? I didn't realize there's one in here. I guess that's not something that sticks in my mind particularly. Fill in the entire floor with red concrete. You just have to go as far as the cyan. You do not have to go any further than that. It is going to be weird starting musical memory because we're going to actually have to like start a structure of a new room. We haven't done that in ages other than this. You will place in the doorway a bamboo door on the outside of it, but I want a handle that will face towards the front like this. And I'll fill that in a second. But I'll also have an upside down bamboo stair above it that'll face towards the left like so. You can clear your inventory and get out yellow concrete, warp slabs, warped trap doors, black concrete, paintings, stone stairs, and a lantern should finish this room, I believe. I'll fill that in now. At the left wall, you will take the very center here, and what you'll do is up diagonal, I guess left from the floor, you'll place a black concrete with another one on top. Place a warp slab, or an upside down warp slab, I guess coming towards the door from the top block, and 2 warp slabs coming from the bottom one. You'll place warp trap doors off the sides of those slabs that are opened up against them, which will give you the kind of shape of the slide like so. The rest of that wall in line with the black concrete will be filled in with yellow concrete, except there is one exception, but we're just going to break it into the wall rather than worrying about it right now. It's 3 blocks, so I mean, you know, what are you going to do about it? Also, you will want to texture this yellow wall with the same thing I mentioned with the archways before. You'll be on the 4th row yellow down from the top, actually, which is where I am right now, and you'll break the middle 3 yellow and replace them with upside-down stone stairs facing towards the center. Speaking of centers, in the top center of the room in the ceiling, you'll place a lantern on the cyan concrete. These are both lights. I don't know why there's 2 in one room that are so close to each other, but I don't want to ask questions. If you're looking at the slide, you'll turn to your right. It'll be this cyan wall right here, and in the very center row, you'll place a 1x2 painting, which is the horse guy. Nice. And that is this room done other than a little bit of texturing. If I forget about it, it's the same texturing we will use around the, like, the little waiting stations. It's just, like, in this corner right here, but it'll be the texturing we'll use around these later on, which will probably be, like, 2 parts from now. That's one of the few textures I'll truly show you. Without just saying, here's the original build, figure it out, you know? Anyway. Clear your inventory and you want to get out. Monster spawners? pale oak trapdoors. You could use iron for this. I used iron originally, but I'll explain why I'm not doing it in the tutorial. Bamboo trapdoors. Yellow terracotta. Dark oak signs. Iron bars. Stone slabs, and we'll go end stone brick walls. I know we still have one slot, but there's really nothing we can particularly grab here that will be of use to us. So this is going to be a lot of not numbers and a lot of just kind of marking things based on other things. So first off, you'll head to the back of this kind of room hanging down in the center, and from this row of gray concrete, you'll place 2 rows of monster spawners moving back. Up diagonally, both left and right of it, you'll place stone slabs like this, and then you'll bring those stone slabs kind of still up diagonally out 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. And they should all be a half a block away from each other like so. Outside of that, we'll just start with 2 rows of monster spawners for a second on either side. Because from this point, you'll take the backmost monster spawner, which will be this one, and you'll place on top of it 3 bamboo trapdoors opened up against the back half of the block. You'll then place a 4th on top of that, which is not open, it is just closed like that. You will bring that top bamboo trapdoor forward by 3. And then you'll go essentially down from these end 2 with 3 yellow terracotta. It's the best way I can describe that, I guess. You'll then wrap this yellow terracotta and bamboo trapdoors, really being the front and bottom of it specifically. You don't want to place it on the right side, because there's something we will add on the, I guess, right and left sides, rather. Should have this. As mentioned on the kind of outside here, you'll place dark oak signs on the yellow terracotta, and that will be your little doors. You could make these closed if you wanted, but I don't really feel the point of doing this. So now we can focus on the monster spawners. And as mentioned, we're not going to give numbers here because it's going to be like 42 or some ridiculous number, and it's not worth counting that. You'll take the monster spawners on the left, though, and you will just extend these 2 all the way to the left until you run into the wall. And you should end up with the front row of it, I believe, being below the lantern with the chain. Like so. The right side you will bring right until you are... How can I use this? You'll be in line with the oak slab, the left row of oak slabs on the train tracks on this side. So I'm going to bring it over and I'll trace it to right. It looks like there, and if I go down, you'll see, yes, I'm in line with this oak slab on this last one right here. And yeah, that's all you need to do, really, for that. On the right side, you can actually take these end 2 rows and extend them all the way back until you're 3 rows behind the second, like, I guess, framework that we'll go through. And you'll end up just being right of this pillar as well. So you see 1, that's the first one. Here's the second one, and then I'll go 1, 2, 3 with my monster spawners. And end there. Behind the end one, you'll place stone slabs, and then you'll go down diagonally back with more stone slabs. Trace this back, and not quite in line with it, but right a row, you will break a little doorway of 2 yellow concrete. But you'll break another one up, and also another row to the right. So it's a 2x3 doorway, but it's not quite centered with the stairs. Go figure. You want pale oak trapdoors on the outsides of these monster spawners that are opened up like this. I say you can use iron trapdoors if you want to figure out the set or the /fill command for it. You can actually have them powered on, or they will stay like that, of course, unless you give it a redstone signal or something. But yeah, you want to do this all the way around. Now, the way I would go about doing this is on the main portion here, this kind of back portion. You'll have it on the monster spawners themselves, making sure that you just skip over where the yellow terracotta is, because you don't want the fencing there, because the doorway would come through it in theory. Where the... Yep, that's what I wanted to skip. Oh god. Where the stone stairs are, you will just have to go on the outside of the stone stairs, regardless. That doesn't really matter. And then I would actually end up connecting at the bottom here, kind of at the center, just connect the pale oak trapdoors together outside of the monster spawners, as opposed to on top of them. Although you can bring it in if you want, it just doesn't matter. On the right side here, if you do this, you will notice the left row you can still place on these monster spawners, but you won't be able to place the right one on this particular corner right here. So my solution to that is just go outside the monster spawners and honestly cry about it. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is as well. Can I, like... Okay, yeah, no, that's not happening. I could, in theory, do the command, though. Because I don't want to place all those. Actually, it's not that many, whatever. I'll just cry about it. Actually, no, here's what I'll do. I'll place a row of blocks at the bottom here. And then I'll place the trapdoors on top of the blocks just so I can kind of go a little bit quicker rather than having to crouch place and all that stuff. Because that gets really annoying after a while. Okay. But yeah, I would recommend doing this, at least on the ones that you need to place over the air. Especially this side right here, because, yeah. There's no point in being like, ah, yes, let me just place all these for no reason. I feel like it is honestly faster to place the blocks still. And then remove them again. Yeah, I'll just do this side a little bit easier. I think there will be a few we'll have to break because of the slide entrance on the left side, but we're not going to worry about that just yet because it doesn't matter, and that'll be our next step, I guess. Also, you will notice that the end stone brick walls will have a gap under it. I guess fill it with cyan concrete? I'm not really sure yet. I'm not at that room in the game, although I don't think it matters because I'll need a teleporter anyway for that, which is confirmed at this point pretty much. Again, I did mention I'm not there, but I'm not even close enough to the game station. I'm like 100 or 200 blocks in that direction, so, you know, I am making it back, but it is what it is. I did mention that was going to be required, so it's always nice that I'm right, I guess. This next thing is not going to be a block for block thing again, and I know sometimes people are like really with that. But this one, there's no point in giving you the exact positions because I didn't give myself the exact positions. I just said, whatever, and did it. But, you know, I'll give you like a rough kind of idea, at least, obviously. A lot of this map is kind of up to your own interpretation as to how you want to texture walls and stuff, even. Because, yeah. So yeah, there you go. You should have this. Now, on both sides, you want to do this in line whenever you do it. But starting from the monster spawners and just working up through the trapdoors and all the way up, you're just going to place kind of every, I don't know, every rough amount of space, just iron bars going up on both sides. The side where you have the payload trapdoor sticking out where you can't place it, you're just going to want to end up, placing all the iron bars except for the one in line with the trapdoor. But you see, I kind of just like place them. It's not even evenly spaced for me. Like, I'm just kind of placing them wherever I feel like placing them. If you want to make it evenly spaced, you absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't particularly feel like it's that important to worry about these because they are just kind of random, like, strings. And I mean, not really strings. They're probably some sort of tether, not string, but that just holds these up. Make sure you don't end up hitting anything like I almost just did right there. I was trying to go off and I still almost hit it, but it's just kind of ideal if you don't. I mean, you could in theory use it as a support thing, but I'll place one more like here and then I'll have to switch directions. But yeah, definitely up to what you kind of feel. I will do the pipes block for block. I don't know if that'll even end up being started in this part. I'm looking at the time and it's like 23 minutes in. I mean, we could totally start it, but I don't know if I feel like starting it. So again, here I'm just going to kind of skip the trapdoor block. You could even remove the one by the monster spawner if you so choose, or you can make all of them on the inside, the trapdoors, except for that corner. Wow, I nailed that in the wrong spot. It's impressive. Not in a good way, but it's impressive. I'll have like maybe one more. I guess I space those fine, whatever. So yeah, just something like that to keep it held up, quote unquote. Oh yeah, I have to do the slide, I guess. That's important. You'll head over to the end over here on the like left side where you just go into the wall randomly. And you can clear your inventory and get out warp stairs, warp slabs, warped trap doors, andesite stairs, and you'll also want both yellow and black concrete. And I guess we'll just end the inventory set there. So you want to break the trapdoors closest to the wall and replace them with a set of warp stairs facing into each other. You'll then break into the wall and bring those warp stairs in place of where the wall was. You're just kind of want to end up breaking what you need to as I'm telling you this, but on top of either, like, warp stair or against the wall, you'll place warp trapdoors, or I guess in the wall rather, you'll place warp trapdoors up against the yellow concrete. Have a set of warp slabs on top of that, and then on top of that, you'll have upside down andesite stairs, all embedded in the wall. You'll fill in the slide portion of this in with black concrete, and then the little, like, row above, just behind these warp slabs, you'll have yellow concrete instead, and I should also probably have it behind these stairs for lighting, although not that this version matters. I haven't really been going over that too much. Just, like, check stair slabs and walls if you ever have an issue. And if you use conduits, because conduits give off light for some reason. Yeah, what else can we do? Like, reasonable. I guess we can start the pipes? Like, there's... Yeah, I guess we might as well. There's nothing else really to do. So I would start by clearing your inventory. And I want to start over near the door here. The endstone brick wall doorway. And so I'll get there on my alt account. But you want to start by getting out for this area. Stone. Stone slabs. Iron bars. Polished deep slate. Andesite walls. That's really all we need for now, honestly. Like, I don't really think there's a point in getting much else out. So, if you start from the door, you'll take the second row of yellow to the right and place a full row of polished deep slate from the, I guess, floor to the ceiling. From it, you'll go forward diagonally right at the bottom and place a stone. Extend it up by 4. And then go towards the wall with an upside down stone slab, and then up with a stone slab from there. In the back right hand corner, you'll count left by... if you're on the back wall, you'll count left by 7. And going up, you'll just place 6 andesite walls. In the back right hand corner, again on the right side, you'll count forward by 1 and place 5 andesite walls moving up that time. You'll then end up leaving a gap of 5 moving forward from that, or counting forward by 6. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll place 4 andesite walls from the floor that time. From that last one, if you're looking at it, you'll count up by 1 and left by 2 and place a stone block. And you want to bring this stone block all the way across until you are in line with the, like, left, or the, I guess, half of the clock that is closest towards you. You'll just be 1 shy of the center block, I suppose. So if I take it all the way, you'll see I'll stop right on this red concrete right here I'm in line with. That end stone can be brought all the way up and all the way down with more stone. Above the original row of stone, you'll place a row of upside down stone slabs going all the way back, just above the previous one you placed, and then on top of that you'll have a regular row of stone slabs to create 2 of the same kind of pipe, like this. From there, we can head back to the... Well, no, I might as well actually stay over here for a second to mark something out, because from this stone here, you'll end up placing... You'll trace it back to the wall this row and count left by 1 and place a row of polished deep slate again going floor to ceiling. Count to the second yellow to the right of it and go up with 4 andesite walls, and then go all the way to the right until you run into the polished deep slate on that side. And now this will, I guess, get us back to the side that we want to be on right now. Perfect. In line with this polished deep slate row, you'll connect the stone kind of block here just down to the ground with iron bars. You'll extend the iron bars forward a row, which will end up going all the way up to the ceiling. Or is it one short? It is one short of the ceiling, rather. And then that top one you can bring all the way back to connect to the polished deep slate. Extend the... Not this iron bar behind, just behind these stone slabs, but one more back. You'll end up having 2 behind you before the polished deep slate. But you'll extend this one down to the ground with more iron bars. You will leave the bottom 2 iron bars on this row open, but the 2 above that you'll just connect forward. Just to the left of the kind of catwalk staircase here, you'll just take this first monster spawner and you will count to the third visible sign left of it. Or, yes, I guess it will be the third. You'll go up with 2 andesite walls, right one, and then you'll connect all the way up to the ceiling from there. We'll be able to get all the pipes done, actually. We will head left from this all the way until we're at that row of stone from before, and in front of it, you'll count to the second sign well in front. Place 2 andesite walls moving up, 1 forward, and then you'll connect all the way up from there. From the, not the center of the clock, but it'll be the leftmost red that is sticking up here, you'll place 2 andesite walls moving up. You'll take the top one and you'll count, or you'll, oh my god, hold on, I'm not holding the controller right, so I'm not moving right either. You'll take this one anyway and extend it back by, I want to say 4. Yes, 4 with andesite walls. The back one can be brought both down to the floor and up to the ceiling, along with not the front one, but the one behind that can just be brought up to the ceiling again. From the polished deep slate row here on the back, you will count left by 4 and forward by 2 and place an andesite wall here. You will extend this one all the way to the left until you're on the third to last gray concrete on the very back row. So essentially I'm going to bring it all the way, and I'll see this row of gray concrete. This will be the first, second last, third last is here, so I'll just trace and see. Oh look, I already have the andesite wall there. Perfect. Extend this wall then up 2, forward 1, and then up to the ceiling. You'll take the furthest left gray concrete on this back row again and just count back by 1 for an in-place row of andesite walls here. There's a couple of pipes that are kind of just vibing around here. I don't really know what's going on with them, but they're here. So from the andesite wall row here, you'll essentially just take the row of yellow behind it against the wall, and from it you will count left by 5. You want to be on the third yellow up, which is this one, and you'll place 3 stone moving out. You'll then go forward diagonally left, forward, forward diagonally left, left, forward diagonally left, and then just connect all the way to the left with more stone. You'll kind of copy this on the inside, but it'll be a little bit different. So if you start from the first stone, you'll go left 2 from it, and then place 1 moving forward. You'll then go forward diagonally left by 3, and then connect it all the way left with stone again. It's a little bit different. You'll then, I guess, fill in the center of this with stone and bring up the whole thing with 2 rows of stone as well. And now we'll create a large pipe. A lot of the pipes in this, like, these are roughly in the spot they should be in, because I did have a video of me walking up beyond here. But some of the ones I kind of had to inference what they did, like, because I could see certain parts of them, but I couldn't see where they went from there. So I just kind of made a big inference. Don't forget to fill in the top, by the way, as well. I almost just did. Classic move. There you go. That's all the pipes beyond, or behind the deep slate cross beams there, done. Now, as I mentioned, this next one is kind of me just inferencing and hoping that I'm right, because I could see just like a portion of it how it kind of curved, so I just took a guess. You'll take this back left window, and just behind this red, you'll place going to the right 5 stone. Then go forward 1, right 1, forward 1, right 1, and then you want to go all the way forward until you're 2 stone through the crossbeam. So I'm going to go all the way through, and I'll go 1, 2 behind it. Then go back with a slab, down with a block, back with a slab, down with a block. And you're going to keep doing this until you just end with a block here against the cyan. You'll bring the stone all the way back until it's forward rather, until it's 4 in front of these monster spawners here. I guess I could kind of switch my directions up. And then you'll go forward with an upside down slab, up with a slab, and then again you'll go forward with stone all the way until you're 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks short of the final crossbeam of deep slate here. So I'm going to bring in, I'll just see 1, 2, 3, so I'll have to break 1 more like so. You'll then go forward with an upside down slab, up with a slab, forward with a block, up with a slab, forward with a block, and then you'll connect all the way up from there to the ceiling. I would advise adding pipes on the red concrete, like, main ceiling itself. I didn't because I just didn't, I guess. I don't really have, like, a good reason. But it would definitely make the just blank red void look a little bit nicer if you do have something going on there, because there are a lot of pipes in this area that kind of just do whatever the frick they want. So we're going to kind of use a really weird measurement here. You want to head back to the catwalks, and you want to be looking at these kind of triangles in the crossbeams. And you want to be on the... It'll be the fourth one to the right, which is this one. That includes that, like, half one there. So you'll be right here. And essentially, you want to place off of the... I believe it is the... Is it the second or the third? It is the... Above the second polished deep side stair, you'll place 2 rows of stone moving up. You'll extend them all right a row to kind of create this 2x2x2. This stone can be brought back by 3 rows. We're actually back this time, I swear. And then that backmost row can be brought up a row. You'll then extend the kind of bottom row here from this back diagonally up with 2 rows of stone. And either of those 2 rows can be brought all the way up to the ceiling with stone until they run into red concrete. Just like this. I feel like there's one more pipe after this I can think of. You'll take the 2x2 that you started with and just extend it all the way forward with stone until you should end up running into the yellow concrete wall at the front of the build. And yeah. Like this one I could see where it ended, but I couldn't see they went all the way forward like this, so I kind of just had to assume that it did that. You know? So many pipes in this, like, building in general. I don't understand why they need so many visible pipes. I guess, like, this kind of sort of makes sense because this would, in theory, be like, a roof as well, but I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit more you could, in theory, do to hide it rather than just have it like this. Have it in some, like, giant pillars or something. And why are they going everywhere? I don't get it. Anyway, you want to get out now andesite and andesite slabs. And this is going to be a really weird one to find where it's positioned and how it kind of works. So it'll be from the right side, and it'll be below the... You'll take the, like, back corner of this backmost window right here. You'll take this red concrete, and just below it, you'll place andesite going all the way left until you are in line with... It's going to be a really random one, alright? But it's going to be the right half of the first warp plank box, which is that one right there. So you see here, I'm in line with the right half of it. Alternatively, you're just between 2 rails and just 2 blocks to the right of the train, the end of the train. Like so. On top of the, not the last one, but the one before the last one, you'll place an andesite, or no, I guess on the last one, I'm sorry, you'll place an andesite slab. Left of the last one, you'll place an upside down andesite slab. Top of that upside down slab, you'll have a block and then a slab. Left of the block in between those 2 slabs, you'll have an upside down slab, and then you'll extend it all the way up with andesite blocks. If you're correct in your positioning, it should break through the polished deep slate here. Which is correct. You'll extend that both forward and backward with the same thing made out of stone instead. You see I am very close to those iron bars right there. I'm not really concerned about it. If you really wanted to change it, you can. But yeah, again, I don't know where this pipe goes, but I know it doesn't end up over there unless it happens to somehow, like, split, and that is one of the pipes. But I took the inference and assumed that it went up into the ceiling somewhere around here because you can't see it from that other side, and it doesn't block the sign either. So, yeah. It's kind of my thought process with it. And I'm pretty sure that's all the pipes done, unless I'm missing one, but I don't think I am. And really, that means that we're like 1 step away from being done. Now, I will say, again, I'd recommend adding pipes like in the flat portions of the ceiling, especially the front here, just like even having like just a random pipe that does like this or something, you know, just kind of takes all these different curves and turns and stuff. Just something to make this look better. I'm sure I'll end up doing this on the original eventually, using stone, andesite, whatever, but just to add a little bit more to it rather than a giant red concrete ceiling, because I definitely am trying to improve this room, as you've seen with the texturing changes from the... I think the teaser didn't even have the textured image in it, which is kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, is there anything else we can do before we end this part? I want to talk about the cobwebs. And this is going to be more, I guess, showing than telling, but I used cobwebs, pale oak fences, and white stained glass panes. And what I did for them is these are kind of accurate to the game, but you probably will want more. It's essentially just in areas where they are, and I'll explain that in a second where they are. I'll show you with the original build, because I'd rather do that than explain precisely where everything is. One of them, though, is like under this pipe right here. It's just kind of at the back portion here, and I just kind of place cobwebs here, and you want to create almost like a droop effect, where it goes down a little bit, and then ends up going back up, and connecting to this side over here. And you just kind of make like a line of cobwebs like so. And then I'll essentially on the sides of it, I'll do pale oak fences and white stained glass panes, kind of like just following the same pattern. And if you don't like the way this looks, that's fine. I end up switching to just cobwebs later because these smaller amounts don't look good. But you see, like here, I'll do kind of this, and then maybe I'll even take the white stained glass panes under here and just kind of add a little bit more strands and stuff, if you will, to the way that this is textured. Just something like this. And again, if you even want from there, you can take the outsides of it and just kind of place cobwebs going around the panes and fences and stuff, just to kind of blend it in a little bit more. But yeah, I think the strands definitely look very good, but it depends. I think definitely the biggest thing is making sure that you have that shape where it's kind of dipping a little bit in these sections you need it. Now, I will teleport you to my alt account and show you where they all are. So a lot of them are just kind of areas like this. Like you'll see here on the right side of the wall, I just have like a strand, and I also do have one on the left side, I know, as well. If you want to try to perfectly copy it, this is your chance to do so, but I wouldn't recommend it for all of them. You can just pause on each of them because, yeah. It's like the museum leaves where it's just, I guess did I do the museum leaves perfectly? No, I told you where they were, but I didn't do them perfectly. And then here's this side. And then up here, it's, again, this pipe one that I was just kind of showing you. Just kind of try to get the angle if you really want to copy it. But, you know. Yeah. And then it's also on the other side here, connecting into the catwalk itself. And there's a little bit in this kind of triangle here. I only made this 1 block thick, but you absolutely can use both layers. I think that would definitely add a little bit more depth, and also you can add more texture when you do that. There's also some in these kind of triangles here on the back. You see where that one is. It's just to the kind of left of the sign if you're looking forward. And then on this triangle over here, along with this one right here. And then there's another strand right here, which is a little bit longer, and I think that one should be easier to actually replicate if you so choose. But yeah. You see, I have a lot more panes and fences than I do cobwebs on some of them, but other ones the cobwebs end up taking over, because really it was like, here's another triangle of them. It was like, mainly I was worried about, or I ended up doing that one last, I guess, rather, with the, that I showed you first, and kind of explained how I did it. And there's just kind of some around these walls here, really, like, wherever you think it would look good. Maybe these areas you like are like, that doesn't look very good, then I would absolutely change it and just kind of go with whatever. They're around these, though, for sure. I remember that one. And yeah, just wherever. There's a lot of cobwebs in these areas, so some of them I do add, some of them I just kind of like, they slip my mind. But yeah, I think that's all of them. Don't worry about this texturing yet, I'll explain that in a second, although I'll probably dummy it down because I have so many blocks in that one and I don't really want all of those. But yeah, so I think at the start of next part, as I mentioned, we are going to focus on this texturing here. But I'll just end in this one again because of it's just easier. But yeah, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part, what is this, 17 of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 complete? Something like that. Thank you guys, sort of guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.